Hey guys, it's Destiny, and today we are back with another Cipher showcase. And before we get into today's video, I would love to know one game you have recently been enjoying. And lastly, if you enjoy videos like these, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like to support the video, and now let's get straight into it. For today's showcase, we are going to be showing off Castorice alongside Cipher, and for our first showcase, we are going to have Tribbie as our other supportive character, and in the second version of the showcase, I'm going to be using Ruan instead. And using Cipher in this slot right here can also open up your Remembrance Trailblazer for your other team. The reason we're not really using Remembrance Trailblazer on this particular team is just because of the fact when it comes to the damage that Cipher tallies, she does not tally damage that is true damage. So as you guys can see, it mentions that she will record 12% of the non-true damage allies deal to the patron. So because of that, Mem support won't be, in my opinion, as valuable here. Of course, it'll benefit Castorice's damage output, but it won't be as beneficial when it comes to tallying the damage for Cipher's ultimate. So we are just going to use Hyacine's ultimate right here, give some healing so that we can get some new bud for Castorice, and also just deal a bit of damage right here. Now with Cipher, what we are going to do is just use her skill, and boom, there we go. We're going to take a bit of damage here, but this is fine. That will actually give us a bit more new bud, and now we're at 100%. What we could do now is summon Netherwing. Now Tribbie's going to come in with the follow-up, which is awesome. We're going to deal a bunch of damage right here. And boom, there we go. So now both of these enemies are almost dead, which is awesome. We can just use Hyacine's skill, give her some more energy. With Tribbie, we can basic attack, and there we go. Now with Hyacine, we can just use her skill once again. Little Ika's going to come in. Now, the Swarm Bug is going to summon its little bugs right here. What we are going to do is use Tribbie's ultimate and now follow up here with Hyacine's ultimate. I want to deal some more damage here to these bugs. Also get some more new bud here for Castorice. So boom, there we go. We almost have enough new bud for Castorice. Oh, there we go. Awesome. So now we summon Netherwing. Here comes another follow-up from Tribbie, which is great. All right, so we're going to deal a bunch of damage here once again. Boom! And what Cipher is providing buff-wise for the team is the vulnerability through one of her traces, which if we take a quick look here, when Cipher is on the field, the damage received by all enemy targets will increase by 40%, and this is considered a vulnerability debuff, so it's going to be very valuable when it comes to just being able to deal more damage onto these enemies here. Now with Castorice, we can use her skill. Boom! There goes Cipher. We're going to take a bit of damage here, but this is fine. With Hyacine, we could just use her skill, and we're close to getting another dragon here with Castorice, which is awesome. Oh, there we go. So now we can use Castorice's ultimate, and this will be enough. So yep, we're just going to do our thing here. And boom! Now we're on to the second HP bar, which is awesome. All right, yeah, those little bugs are just going to blow up. All right, so we are going to take a bit of damage here, but this is actually pretty nice because this will give us more energy here for Hyacine, which will be very valuable when it comes to getting some more new bud for Castorice. So we're just going to use Tribbie's ultimate here. I just want to deal a bit more damage, and we are still saving Cipher's ultimate, as you guys can see. We are just going to basic attack. Now with Castorice, we can use her skill. Boom, and boom comes in Cipher. Now with Hyacine, what we can do is use her skill. We can also follow up here with her ultimate. We actually did get enough new bud there for Castorice, which is great. Now little Ika will come in. Now the bugs will blow up. Boom. And funnily enough, we don't even have to kill here with Netherwing. We can actually kill here with Cipher, and it'll be enough. So this was actually a bit overkill when it comes to damage. And as you guys can see, we have already tallied 1.7 million damage here with Cipher. So if we take a quick look, 1.7 million damage has been recorded. So now we could just use her ultimate. And we're just going to be able to deal all of that damage right there. And what, bam, there we go. So we didn't even have to use that remaining bit there from Netherwing. We were able to clear like so. We were able to do that in a 0 cycle clear, which is awesome. Now what we could do is just swap Tribbie out for Ruan, and we will also have the same builds throughout this video. Oh, I actually have to speed it up because I slowed it down for Cipher's ultimate there. But we are going to just use Netherwing's attack fully right here. And boom, there we go. Cipher's going to come in with her follow-up, which is awesome. Now for Ruan, we are just going to basic attack. I don't want to break anyone just yet. I want them to be able to hit us just so we can get a bit more new bud. But now with Hyacine, we can use her ultimate. There comes in little Ika, and boom, there we go. Now it's Cipher, I'm just going to basic attack. I do want to get hit here, so I don't want to interfere too much with this. So now what we're going to do is use Castorice's skill. And boom, there goes Cipher. She is going to do that follow-up, which will break that enemy right there. And now we can, of course, use Netherwing fully and just deal a nice amount of damage. And bam, 1.4 million. Now with Hyacine, we can use our skill. Here comes in little Ika. And now we can also use Cipher's skill just to deal a bit more damage here. With Ruan, we are just going to basic attack. And boom, there comes in Cipher. We can use Castorice's skill and follow up here with another skill here from Hyacine. And now we are going to get hit, but this ends up working out. We can use Castorice's ultimate right here. And I believe this should be, yeah, this should be enough to kill right here. And boom, there we go. Now we are on to the next wave. I am going to use Hyacine's ultimate just to replenish. And we are going to deal a nice amount of damage like so. We are going to use Hyacine's skill. Now we are about to get hit a little bit here, which works out because we will be able to get some more energy in new bud. With Cipher, I'm just going to basic attack. With Ruan, we are going to use her skill and also replenish her ultimate right here. So we're not missing out on this ultimate's buff. With Castorice, same game plan as before, skill, and then now we can follow up here with Netherwing. So we're going to just use our Dragon Breath of Doom and deal a bunch of damage. There we go, 1.3 million. Now the bugs are going to blow up. We are going to get hit here, perfectly fine. We are going to use Hyacine's skill. Little Ika's going to deal a bit of damage like so. And the more damage we take, honestly, the better, because we're getting more new bud here for Castorice, which is awesome. Now I'm just going to use Cipher's skill to deal a bit more damage. With Hyacine, we are also going to follow up with her skill right here. Cipher's going to come in with the follow-up. And now we can also use Castorice's ultimate once again. Going to use Netherwing, and we might be able to, let's see if this is enough damage right here. Okay, it wasn't enough damage, but this should be fine still. We are just going to follow up here with Hyacine's ultimate just to deal a bit more damage and also get some more new bud going. We are going to use Castorice's skill. We were so close to killing the True Sting within this cycle, but it's fine. The true damage is going to come in and do it for us. We're also very, very close. Okay, wait. Don't hurt my little Ika. What was that? Whoa, 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 whoa. These bugs are freaking attacking my little Ika. Calm down. Oh my gosh. Stop hurting her. Stop hurting Hyacine, little Ika, please. Okay, Cipher's gonna come in. Boom. All right, we're fine. We healed little Ika. I feel better now. We're just gonna use Netherwing. Deal some damage right here. Boom. There we go. Already 59%. Now the bugs are gonna blow up. We're going to use Castorice's skill. Basic attack. Now we are going to attack with our favorite cat. We're also going to use our skill here with Hyacine. Little Ika is going to come in. Boom. And wha-bam. And now we tally 1.7 million once again. We were also able to get Netherwing once again. As you guys see, we have Castorice's ultimate ready to go. But we're just going to finish this off here with Cipher because of how many coins we have tallied. Honestly, I feel like once Swarm was at 50%, we might have been able to just finish this off, as all of this 1.7 million is just going to go into Swarm Bug. And there we go. We're able to clear that one in one cycle, which is still pretty good in my personal opinion. So now we are going to take a look at the builds, and here's Castorice for today. Nice amount of crit rate, nice amount of crit damage, also a nice amount of HP. So there we go. We do have her signature light cone equipped. For the traces, they're maxed out. For the relics, we're using Bone Collection and Poet of Morning Collapse, pretty standard Castorice build. And for her Eidolon, she's completely E0. I have not activated any of these. Now, when it comes to Cipher, here she is. She does have over 170 speed, which is a relative goal you want to go for to maximize one of her traces. Her stats could be a bit better, especially with the effect hit rate, but this is what I was able to get, since I did have to try to get a bit more speed substats due to the fact that we are actually using Resolution Shines' Pearls of Sweat this time around, rather than her signature light cone, which she is still a nice option even with this light cone right here, especially because of what she's going to be able to provide the team when it comes to recording the damage dealt onto enemies, which now results in, of course, those ultimates that we were able to show off today, which can definitely assist when it comes to trying to aim for a lower cycle clear. She can assist with this, especially if you have a bunch of damage tallied. It's a really nice opportunity to be able to take advantage of this during the boss's second HP bar, which is typically the way I like to go about it when using Cipher. And also, of course, the vulnerability that she's going to be able to inflict on all enemies just by being on the battlefield will be able to provide a nice damage amp for the team. The Cipher is a pretty nice option to consider if you want to use her on a Castorice team. Which once again, let's say you have Tribbie and Remembrance Trailblazer, and you also have, let's say, Cipher and Ruan. You can end up doing a team like this where, let's say you either have Tribbie or Ruan in this slot. This will now allow you to use the other two supports, in this case, Remembrance Trailblazer or Tribbie or Ruan, depending on which one is not on this team, on your other team. But because of the fact that she can work as a flexible option, if you will, it does allow you to open up your supportive slots on your other team that you would have to use on the other side on Memory Chaos, Pure Fiction, APOC, whatever it may be. That's a pretty nice thing that she can provide right there. For the traces, they're maxed out. For her relics, we're using Glamoth as well as Pioneer Diver of Dead Waters. For her Eidolons, she's completely E0. I have not activated any of these, as you guys can see. As for Hyacine, here she is. It is a pretty standard Hyacine build. We also have her signature light cone right here, but if you do not have this one, you can consider using Memory Curtain Never Falls, which is a completely free-to-play option. For her traces, they are maxed out. For her relics, we're using Giant Tree and Warrior Goddess of Sun and Thunder, so a pretty standard Hyacine build right here. For her Eidolon, she's completely E0. I've not activated any of these. Here's Ruan. Nice amount of break effect right here. We also have energy regen rope. She does have her signature light cone, but of course you can consider alternative options as well on her. For her traces, they're maxed out. For her relics, we're just using two-piece break sets just for more break effect, and we're also using Sprightly Vonwag just so she's able to have a turn very early on in the fight, thus she is able to activate her ultimate immediately. As for Eidolon, she is completely E0. I've not activated any of these, and of course, if you do have an E1 Ruan, the performance can end up being even better. And then here is Tribbie for today. Nice amount of crit rate, nice amount of crit damage, energy regen rope. She does have her signature light cone, but of course, you can definitely use Dance Dance Dance. For her traces, they're maxed out. For her relics, we are using Bone Collection and Poet of Morning Collapse, and for her Eidolon, she is completely E0. I've not activated any of these. So overall, this was a very fun showcase to do. I do enjoy how much of a flexible option Cipher can potentially be when it comes to teams, and I will be trying to showcase her on more teams as well. If you guys have a particular team you want to see, do let me know and I can try my best to showcase it for you. But I hope you all did enjoy this video, and if you did, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like to support the video, and I hope to see you all next time. Peace.